us to get this conversation started with Mr. Rahul Chaudhary, Head Technology and Product Global B. And what a pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Vikram, Mulye, Director, Product Marketing, SMB India, South Asia, Lenovo India. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. Let me begin by asking Mr. Chaudhary that what is it that you feel are the top IT challenges that the market is foreseeing, especially in these couple of years?
Okay, so there are two aspects to it. When you say IT, one is the hardware bit of it, and the other is the software bit of it, right? So I'll answer this in two parts. Honestly, the software bit is the challenge is the skill set, right? The skill set of being able to build something quickly. And as of right now, you've seen over the last 2 years, the demand has gone up like anything. Companies have started realizing what role tech plays in their organization, right? It's very, very important. And that's why everyone is trying to pump in money and is trying to build scalable systems around it. And is trying to build the right team around it, right? So having the right key set of people is very, very challenging, and it's very important to have it. With respect to hardware, probably Vikram sir can answer it better, but what I've been hearing around here is the semiconductor issues and the shortages. That's about it, what I know right now. And it's not just affecting the computers and this hardware, it's also affecting everything else like the cars and everything, right? So, yeah.
Right. Mr. Mulye, the last couple of years have seen our dependency on technology more so than ever before. And at this point, I'd love for our viewers to get to know from you as to what you feel are the top challenges that IT in the segment of technology is facing in the next 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, thanks, Isha, for that question. As Mr. Rahul said, I think, hardware is something where I would like to pick up from what he said. Yeah, semiconductor shortage, I guess everyone now is today aware how many different industries are dependent on semiconductors, right? From automobiles to, and God knows which all products which people didn't even dream of. Yeah, so that's been one challenge for us as Lenovo and as for the industry. I think the good part is it seems to be tiding over it. So that's one good part. But I guess with laptop purchases being at the scale where they are, this will be a challenge which we'll have to still keep on working on it. But 2-3 other points, again, referring to what Mr. Rahul said earlier about, I like that word, the water cooler banter, as I said, and that's something which technology is having a challenge in meeting, because work from home or hybrid work, I think is more or less the work, the future trend. I don't think people will see 100% people coming back 100% of the time to office. So how does technology also enable conferencing, video conferencing, or any better modes of communication? That's another challenge which we are seeing. And what we have seen is organizations which were placed better off or had a clear thought out strategy are the ones who are succeeding well here. And it's just not about a strategy, but also the right amount of devices coming into the picture. So it was earlier only about, say, the PC devices, but today you have a lot of teleconferencing options and not the costly options which say were there pre-pandemic, but today simpler, easier devices to deploy. And that's the other thing which you're looking at. And third thing, a bit of a different perspective on the software. I think what Mr. Rahul referred to is the backbone of a lot of businesses when he said about software. But what I'm referring to is also software in terms of managing the PC devices. So earlier security wasn't that big a concern where devices were mostly in a physical closed premises. Now, how do you manage devices for security for devices which are outside the network, or remotely managing the devices, mobile management? That's the third big challenge which we are seeing.
Right. So really finding the right solution and the right strategies for one's organization is what is really going to work in the future. Thank you so very much, Mr. Rahul Chaudhary, Mr. Vikram Mulye, and a big thank you to all our viewers for watching this very, very special episode. It's been a pleasure having you both here. Thank you for joining us.